Hi everybody, I'm Christian and this is Lazy Devs. I can smell the beta of our Breakout hero game. So I've been doing some stuff in between. So last time around I walked you through changes that I wanted to do to the levels, and now I applied changes, and also did I changed the way that stats are being tracked now. So I'm gonna show you real quick what's new. So here now the stats track, the right stat is the number of seconds it took to complete a level. Just to complete a level. And it resets when you begin in a level, or when you restart a level and you begin a level, it resets to 0, and then it saves at the end when you finish a level. And the other thing, the other stat is still how many balls you lost in total and throughout all of your games. Okay, so let me start this real quick. I'm gonna walk you. There's still a debug I want to get rid of, so I'm gonna walk you through the levels. I rearranged some of the levels. Some of the levels I changed, so no big changes here. Everything is peachy. I think now we're kind of like rearranging the levels here. This level I changed a little bit. So there were like 2 hardened blocks at the edges, and there was even one extra power-up level block in between them. So there was like in the middle part here where there's the hardened blocks. It was very difficult. Took a lot of time to get through the side walls. I moved the power-up blocks to the middle and made the upper block not a hardened block, so it's easier to get to the sides now. And I tested it and it worked better now. This is all good. So this is the level I did the most tweaking in, because it's kind of like the one that I really like. I like this level. It doesn't look like, oh wow, that's an amazing level, but it's really fun. So here what I changed is the holes at the top are bigger now, so it's easier to get into the crevices in the middle part from the top. And also I moved the power-ups. They were kind of like stuck in this middle part in the corner. And I'm gonna move them to where this hardened block is, because what I realized is like this was a level where I usually these power-ups would be the last blocks you get, and it's very disappointing when the power-up is the last block you get. So I moved the power-up blocks a little bit more in open, so it's more probable that you get them while there's still stuff happening on the screen. Didn't change this and did not change this. This is the really nice and final level. So good, I like it. Good, so what is left? Let me see real quick. So today we are going to do some fixing of the, let me remove the debug that I had here. So today we're going to do a little bit of the fixing of the way the bouncing works. Let me look this real quick. The ball control works. Now let me rephrase this. The way the ball behaves when the pad rams it. We had the new collision tab and we had the pad ram check. There we go. So I want to walk me through this a little bit. So there is this option we have if the ball is stuck. Okay, we don't do this. Then we do a collision detection with a box. There's some things, some leeway here as well. So I guess this is where we're ignoring the ball. I guess maybe, I don't know. Anyways, so if the ball is flying up, we are not doing anything. And here we're changing the speed of the ball. So here we are kind of like adding the speed of the pad to the speed of the ball. And here I multiplied by 2, and I think this was a bad idea. I don't know why I did it. Maybe sometimes I felt like the ball wasn't flying away fast enough. I don't know why, but I'm removing the ×2. That was not good. Then we're setting a ball position, and here we're setting a puff and sound. Something I realized is this ramped thing, b.ramped. This is nice because it prevents the ball from being ramped multiple times by the pad, or at least you don't get like that double hit when it's like you ram the ball and it's not flying fast enough, then you ram the ball once more time, and then you get like bloop, this. It seems like it's a mistake. So that's why I had like this b.ramped. That means that the ball has been rammed and it shouldn't trigger another puffed and another sound effect. But something I realized is that this is, you still sometimes get this double hit. If the ball hit the side of the pad, like in a regular collision, and then next frame you move the pad into the ball, because then the ball hit the side of the pad and then you rammed the ball again. So I want to set the rammed to true when the ball actually hits the side of the pad. And this is we're doing this here. Pad collision. There we go. And generally, yeah, this is also the part. Let me fix this. So fix ramming. So I guess that's fixed. There is a possibility for the ball to get stuck between the pedal and the wall. Do I care about this? I don't really care about this too much. I don't care about this. I think if we fix the other things, this will also get fixed. I'm gonna remove this for now. We have this and this. So this is really just the wall, the ball safe. That means so the ball safe was the thing where if the ball hits like the edge of the pedal, we're not doing anything. And really the problem is if is again with a new collision detection. So we go to where was it? The pad ram check? Nope. So this is where we're colliding the ball. We're setting a position to the collision point. We're reflecting here. And then we're seeing what we collided. And the thing is, like, if we collided left or right and we collide with a pad, then maybe some things happen. Maybe we're not actually behaving the way we think we're behaving. So, but this is of course a problem because here is where we're reflecting. That's why I don't like this. That's why I don't like this. How are we going to do this? How about we make a function out of this? How about we make a function out of this? How about a function? That's what I'm thinking. So we're gonna go like reflect. And then we're gonna go B and C. So there's not too much rewriting going on. Okay. Ball. And this allows us to remove the reflect part here. And then do the reflection depending on what we collided with. So if we're reflecting, if we're doing this here, then yes, absolutely reflect ball and collision. If we're doing the pad, we're gonna deal with this in a second. Oh, there's the catch power. That's okay. Yeah, and this is the brick collision detection. Then we're also doing the reflection. Good. And so just with a pad collision, this is getting complicated now. Yeah. So if C underscore C dot what was it? Type D. Let's copy this part because that's what we want to do. If we collided with the sides of the pad, then weird things happened, obviously. Then and else. No, actually not else. Okay, so this is where we collided with the sides of the thing. And in this case, if we collided with the sides, then I'm gonna set it as rammed. We collided with this, we kind of like rammed is kind of like, okay, the ball collided with the side of the pad, which means it's probably lost. Normally it's probably lost, but now what we want to do is maybe we want to check the position of the ball. If the ball is collided with the pad, but it's just like 1 pixel below the surface of the pad. So it's like, it's because, when it's collided with the pad and it's very, let me, I have to get out paint. Okay, can we have paint? So just to explain real quick what I mean. So let's say we have, again, collision detection. It's coming back always. It's like we never left collision detection. It's crazy. And then I'm gonna go like this. So this is the ball, right? So if collides with the side of the pad and it looks like this, very easy, very clear, it flies away. But if it collides like this, so technically we hit the side of the ball, of the pad, so we collided with the pad, that's okay. But look at this, so we're not that deep in a y direction into the pad. So this means we're actually very much at the corner. So I'm thinking like if we were like 1 pixel into the pad, then it's fine to treat this as a collision detection, collision with the top. But then we're gonna make sure that in this case, we absolutely change the direction to the right. We absolutely change the direction outwards, depending on which direction we're going in. Yeah, good. Okay, so how do we check for this? So we're gonna go if by is greater. Now let me see how are we drawing the pad? I want to see what the y. Actually, no, that's not how we're gonna check it. We're gonna go with it there is a function here that creates a collision box for the get brick box, get pad box. There we go. So yeah, so the top is just pad y. That's good. Pad y minus what is the size of the ball? It's something like BR, right? That's kind of like ball R. There it is. Oh man, I have a. This is a good music. So where are we? Hit side, save, question mark. Okay, so so I'm looking for, so let's go. So like the y position of the ball plus the radius. So we're looking at the bottom edge of the ball. If that is bigger than pad y plus 1. So this is like the 1 pixel, leeway that I was talking about. Then clearly it's a lost ball. Otherwise, it's not a lost ball. We're gonna save it and lost ball. This is what I'm thinking. And we're gonna reflect. Otherwise, C dot D equals top. Otherwise, we treat it as a collision with a top. And now we're gonna have to see if it's on the left or okay. Actually, yeah, okay. So we're gonna go if C dot D equals left. So this means we hit the left side of the pad, then else and and then we set the collision to being of the top, and then we reflect it. Good. And we're gonna debug this as debug equals saved. So to see how often this actually happens. Saved. And then we delete it again. So we're gonna see. Oh, actually, yeah, yeah, no, that's good. Okay, so if we're hitting the left, that means we're gonna change the angle. It would be nice if we could like co-opt this part here. Okay. Okay, so that's gonna be a bit complicated. A bend. So we're gonna have a local variable called bend. And we're gonna go bend equals true. And then also, and then we're gonna go if bend equals true. Okay, so we're gonna go like if bend, and we hit the top. So there's now multiple ways in which we can trigger the bend. And now here's the part where we checking the direction, and we're gonna go local. Let me think about this. Bend L. Bend left equals true. So because equals. Actually, no. Bend left. This is so yeah. So this means if we'll hit the left side of the pad, which means we're gonna go, we're gonna bend the ball to the left. No. It's okay. It's actually correct. Yes, that's actually correct. With true and false. Okay, and then here where we checking in which direction we're gonna bend stuff. We're gonna go if this is the sign is the same, or bend left equals true. And this means that that we hit the side of the ball and we want to go to the left. Otherwise, we just go to the right. And we hit the side of the ball, we go to the right. I don't like this. This is not. Yeah, okay, so let's just go with another variable called bend right. Let's call it bend L and bend T, because I'm a bit obsessed about my compressed size of my program. So bend R, bend L. A lot of variables here. And actually we can go this bend, because I think they all start on false. So we can define like this. If you separate them by commas, it will define them in one line. And I think they all start in false anyway. So we're gonna go bend L equals true, bend R equals true. And I think we could make it even simpler here with some if statement kung fu, but I'm not too keen on dealing with that right now. I want to get this all fixed up. Bend L. So, yeah, I'm thinking about this right now. So if we're going left, we absolutely want to trigger this. But if we're going right, yeah. So we need to do like this. Because if we hit the right side of the pad, I want to ignore the speed at which we were going. So we're gonna check for the sign only if bend R was false. Yeah, we can just go. And then bend L or bend L, yeah. So that seems like a better statement. Oh, oh God, no, this is actually getting complicated. Oh. So I talked about. Oof. No, so this is not good. We cannot do this because the way this works is now we're flattening and raising angles. We're not actually making things go left or right. So so this is actually not possible to do this right now. This is not how we do this. And that's a bit of a problem because right now we have two functions that are triggered by two different events. And they're kind of like interacting with each other in ways which I have to like unwind this a little bit. Maybe it might be worthwhile. Okay, so let me do this differently. So, oh man, this is embarrassing a little bit. But we're gonna figure this out. Okay, so instead of bend L and bend R, we're gonna go flatten and raise, or ang F and ang R. Okay. Right, and when we hit the left part, we actually know that we want to raise the angle. There is no way in which we can do this. So yeah, so we already know that it's going to be ang R. And here we know it's going to be ang F. Right? Right. So here we're just going to go an if statement, if ang also I want this statement to be like completely independent. So if I hit the top and if we're supposed to bend, then we're going to get this stuff out. This is going to be its own if statement. And we're just going to go if the only problem I have is like enc R and enc F. Let's go with enc F. Because actually, when I'm thinking about this, in every case, we're gonna flatten. We're gonna raise the angle. We're never gonna flatten out angle when we hit the side of the pedal. So we flatten in both cases. And I want to have just one Boolean variable for whether we flatten or raise the angle, because I don't want to raise and flatten the angle at the same time. I don't want to have this situation. So we're just going to have one Boolean variable that decides whether we raise or flatten an angle. So this is good. So if we are going to bend the angle, and we hit the top, of course, then if bend F, then flatten the angle, otherwise raise. See, that makes sense. Yeah, no, enc F. It's supposed to be enc F. So when we change in the angle here, so we're gonna go if bend equals false and abs is thing and we hit the top. Then, and here we're deciding whether which direction. First, we're going to absolutely bend in this case, and then if this happens, if sign, we don't need the extra. Then else, and so if we're going the same direction, we're going to go enc equals true. And otherwise, we're going to go enc equals false. We can get rid of this, but it's good to be explicit here. Okay, so yeah, if enc, okay, that's good, that's good. So this seems to be working. So this was more complicated than I thought. There's a bit of a problem here. There's a if sign. There was a this one. There's a then here missing. What? Oh. So I'm looking for the saves that we... Whoa, that was not what I wanted. It doesn't behave the way I want it to behave. So the question is, what happens here? So what causes this problem now? I feel like, so we've hit left and right, then we do a bunch of stuff. Ah, okay, I think I know it. Yeah, okay, got it. So what we want to do here is cd top, and then we're going to reflect it after all of this stuff. Wait a minute, where's the saved? Where's the saved text? I had the saved text somewhere. Ah, there we go, debug saved. Oh no, yeah, no, wait, why did I do this? Yeah, okay, this looks good now. Yeah. So I'm going for some risky collisions now in hopes that we're gonna get a saved situation. Also, I want to ram it. Oh, I got multiple collision here. That wasn't good. Okay, that was saved. That was good. And also, it looked okay. It didn't look like okay. It didn't look as if I cheated or behaved. Okay, I got multiple collisions now. What happened here? So if we hit rammed is false. When do we say rammed is true? No, wait. Ram is true. And yeah. Let's try this. So let me, yeah, okay, whatever. It seems to be behaving really nice now. So I think this is something that we need to playtest now. Another solution is, so there was also a bit of a problem, you know, what happens if the ball gets stuck in a side. And I was thinking about basically making so that if the ball gets rammed, it doesn't collide with the edges of the screen, so it kind of explodes when it hits the edge of the screen. Let me go to a level maybe where it bounces off more often. Let me make a really hard level. Oops. No. This is my favorite level. This is so good. Such a good level. Okay, I'm gonna do some playtesting because this is the kind of stuff that you kind of have to live with for a while. I'm gonna remove the debug stuff, and I'm gonna do one more thing, one important thing. So something I didn't put down here in my text, but something that just occurred to me is that the expand timer is a bit too long. So let's see, where is expand? There we go, expand. 900 is too much. Let's go at 600, and same with reduce. Yeah. And I think the mega ball let's go 120. I think this is okay. Last minute changes. So yeah, I will play through this game again and see how things work out now. Okay, so we added the ball save. And really now it's just adding like some stuff like the developer logo and yeah, there's copy protection as well. That's something that we wanted to add, which is kind of like when you publish this game eventually, it would be nice if the game is released on some other websites that it doesn't get copied. I'm not sure when to do it. Probably is good to add this before we do the beta. Okay, guys. So you know what? So if there is not going to be another episodes when we like pre-beta episode, then that means this is now the moment where the beta was released. So let's see you in a doobly-doo downstairs if the beta is already out. And if it's already out, then please play this game and let me know how things went. If so, what I want you to do is to play through this game. Play through this game, entire game, and make a screenshot of this screen afterwards. Just like show me how many times it died, and you know how long it took you to finish those individual levels. And I'm gonna play it myself, and if there is gonna be some things I noticed myself, then there's gonna be an episode afterwards where I will do the fixing stuff. I will explain what I fixed before I publish the beta. So yeah, this is gonna be the beta release part. Yeah, so there's gonna be link in the doobly-doo. Check it out. And otherwise, see you next time around when we're gonna return after the beta results, after the feedback we received from all of the developers all around the world, and we can start implementing all of the changes that people suggested that we should implement. See you next time around, guys. Bye bye.